Yeah, this should have been called like Run, Kinda Chubby Guy Run, because Simon Pegg really ain't that fat.
Well, they say it once, and he's like, I'm not fat, I'm just unfit. And they pretty much drop it after that.
Could you think of a better name for this movie?
I mean, it is the kind of name that makes you want to come in and watch the movie.
Yeah, the dumbass, I think was what it could have been called, because if you running from Tandy Newton, there's something wrong with you.
You know what? That's one of the things I liked about this movie was like, for 3/4 of it, I felt no sympathy for this guy. He was pretty much unlikable to me. And I was like, yeah, dude, fuck you.
No, I hated him.
Yeah. And so the fact that he won me over at the end made me go like, bravo.
See, I saw what they were doing, and there was points that I got twinged a little like, well, this is a little funnier, and it's not so bad. But that initial, slacker, loser character, the stuff they did to make you like him at the end, it was just so false. It was like, no, I don't buy that at all. I don't believe any of this. You've already set up. I know this guy. I mean, hell, he's pretty much me.
Yeah, dude. No,
and
Cyrus,
you don't
maybe
win the girl back.
Cyrus, maybe you should change.
Well, that would involve stopping eating as much and getting up and no.
Hey, wait. Oh, ba-da-da, ba-da-da. Does that make you want to do anything?
No.
Ba-da-da,
Watch Rocky again.
da-da-da. Well, there you go.
No, I mean the movie opens up with him running from Tandy Newton because he got her pregnant. I mean, that's usually what Negroes do. But,
Well, no, not as simple as
I
that.
thought you would be able to identify with this character.
Exactly, that's what I said.
Of all people.
He got her pregnant, thought he wanted to marry her, but wedding day, Jesus, what a scumbag! Right there, you're like, oh, you're gonna make me win back my affection for this guy who ran out on this pregnant girl on their wedding day.
I know, and he's like,
good luck.
And we're supposed to have sympathy for him. He's like, I just panicked. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. You just panicked. No, you don't run out like that. And I mean, but I get you. I get what they were trying to do.
Could you repeat that? I just want to repeat it for posterity for all the women out there.
And your multiple children.
Well, he should have ran faster then. But his problem is that he stayed in the same city. You see?
Yeah.
No,
That's why you fly to New York.
Exactly. I gotta get the hell out every now and then. I need my money. Shit. No, I think that what they meant for you to do was really dislike him at the beginning of this movie, and so it served its purpose. I mean, I saw what they were doing, and near the end of the movie, when you have him actually running the race. Well, I guess I should tell you what this movie's about first. So Simon Pegg, and correct me if I'm wrong here, anybody. He is a guy, as we mentioned before, on his wedding day, panics, says he can't go through with it, so he climbs out the window, and runs his ass on as far as he can.
I mean, he runs out with like everybody in the wedding party seeing him running down the street, screaming his name, and he just like keeps on running.
Oh, he don't give a damn. Yeah. So, cut how many years later?
5 years later.
Yeah, 5 years later, he's working as a security guard, thinking how he messed up his life. He's still close with his kid though, and then the girl that he ran out on, Tandy Newton, she is dating a new guy. And who's his?
A total douchebag played by
Hank Azaria.
Azaria.
No, wait a minute. He was not a douchebag up until the last 3
he
quarters
was a
of the movie.
total douchebag.
Well, he wasn't.
He
No,
was
no.
secretly a douchebag.
You
is
could,
the way the
white
old
guys have
movie joke.
douchebag detectors.
Dude, that's see. Okay, here's the thing that made me
Well,
angry.
hold
about
on.
the movie.
Before you do that, I just want to wrap up something real quick. And so she's dating this guy, and he's saying, I'm going to propose to her, and we're going to move out of the UK. Of course, they're going to take the kid, so he decides he's going to do everything he can to keep that kid here, including running a marathon, which
Actually, you got that wrong.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
still got that right.
Yeah, no. It's just he's just a rich guy who loves her and is going to marry her. But Simon Pegg has this idea like, no, I'm going to win her back, and so that's why he gets into a dick measuring contest with this guy and decides, okay, well, I'll run the marathon too, just to show you.
Oh yeah, because that guy's a big runner.
Yeah.
And, you know, you're looking at this guy, Hank Azaria, he's one of those guys like Joe Piscopo, for some reason a comedian, and said, you know what, I think I should work out every day for like 8 years.
Yeah.
And he turned huge. So you're like, yeah, okay, so we've established he may not be a fat boy, Simon Pegg here, but he ain't going to beat this guy even in the wildest of imaginations within a year of training for a race. Nor is he going to get much farther than the end of his block.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, his goal is not to beat that guy. It's just to finish the race.
It's just to prove to her that he can do it.
Which is nearly as impossible as beating the guy.
Yeah,
No.
I don't know. We're going around arguing the points, but I don't know what anybody thought about this movie. I loved the hell out of this movie. I thought it was a lot of fun. I really found it funny. I thought it was touching. I thought it was sweet. I thought for what it was doing, even though the guys involved are all very, alternative comedy kind of guys, I thought they made a really good kind of romantic comedy, and I really enjoyed every minute of this.
Dude, it scares me when I agree with you, but I so do in this case. I mean, this movie is not. You see Simon Pegg and you automatically think Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz, and it's not that. No. It is more on the romantic comedy vein, but it's so much better than most of the romantic comedies we see. I mean, you guys, I don't know how y'all feel about it. You got to admit, like most of the time we see comedies, they're really pretty shitty, and I thought this was like several steps above that.
I thought this was really shitty too. I'm the exact opposite end of the spectrum from you guys. I thought this was boring through most of it. I thought there were maybe 3 or 4 jokes that were funny, and they were all at the end. It was entirely predictable, almost everything they did, and nothing seemed natural. This is like the absolute opposite of this type of comedy that I like, because nobody behaves like a real person at all.
Kind of. There's a mixture here. I just thought it was just kind of bland. It was somebody who was mimicking a Farrelly Brothers movie in a way, because they had a few gross out. It made me think of There's Something About Mary, but not with that. There's many gross out jokes, and also it felt kind of forced near the end. The whole thing of getting us to like Simon Pegg, which you do. That's a strong point. You do root for him. It's hard not to root for a character in that situation, no matter what.
Right.
And I admired that. I like that. But with Hank Azaria, man, I liked him better than Simon Pegg early in the movie, and he's not an asshole at all. And that's the problem. Had there been hints of him being like this really asshole guy early in the movie, I would have been like, I can buy that. But
they retcon his whole personality at the end.
At the end, all of a sudden, it's like, oh, fuck, that's right. This guy needs to be an asshole.
No.
I really hated that about it.
It was like at Walt Disney World's Haunted Mansion when the paintings go down, and it turns out the girl sitting happily in the hammock has got a crocodile under her. It's like, you were just looking at this wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, it was really cool, the fact that, like, hey, I know we're supposed to like this guy, but we don't. And the rival boyfriend, he's actually a cool guy. It's like, hey, there's nothing wrong with this guy. Even with Simon Pegg insulting him, he's still keeping his cool.
Yep.
So then to suddenly turn him into an asshole at the end, it's like, man, you guys are stacking the deck. That's fucked.
I don't think they deliberately did it. I don't think they made him an asshole at the end. He always struck me as very competitive right from the get-go. But then again, I also kind of like Simon Pegg. I kind of felt for him. I didn't think he was a good guy. I thought he was a douche, but I saw where they were going, and I saw where his heart was. And I saw that he was trying, even though he couldn't achieve being a good dad.
Heart my ass. He wasn't even trying. That dude was weak.
Yeah, what do you know about being a dad?
The whole end changed at the third reel. Everything is suddenly like, oh, well, movie magic.
Yeah.
And he's the kind of character that I hate in movies, where there are certain points where he's not retarded and you feel like he's a competent guy, but then all of a sudden they make him retarded. Like, what? How dumb do you have to be to sit up there and start adjusting your dick in front of all these women while you're working at a woman's clothing store?
I don't know, Corey. How dumb do you have to
be? What is your IQ?
Oh, when is your court appearance for that?
Exactly. I tell you what. When I start adjusting my dick out in public like that, I'll let you know.
And I tell you, the other reason I hated that they made Hank Azaria an asshole, because he's the only American in this movie. And it's like they're making that statement like, yes, but Americans are really assholes, and they're very competitive, and they cheat.
They don't?
Now, I've got to actually say, I don't know. Wait, I think maybe I was the only one to see this at South by Southwest specifically.
I wasn't there.
No, but David Schwimmer directed this.
Right.
He's the guy who was, starred in Friends. And the movie was supposed to be set in the New York Marathon, but a British company bought the rights to it. This was directed by an American who just wanted to keep that character American because it made it harder to see him move, the family from Europe to America. It wasn't done to make any kind of statement against Americans. It was written and directed by 2 different Americans. It just happened to be that the best comedian to do it was an American.
No, bullshit. What's his name? David Schwimmer is un-American.
David Schwimmer is unpatriotic.
Send him to Guantanamo Bay.
There you go.
Exactly.
Make him go fight in Iraq. Stop loss his ass.
Exactly. I think David Schwimmer hates the troops.
If that stops him from making another movie, I'm behind it. Give me my bumper sticker.
Nope.
Where's my ribbon? What color is that shit?
One of the things I think a lot of people, and you tell me if you feel like this, a lot of people looking at Simon Pegg from Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz, and they're going in with that preconceived notion that this movie should be the same way. I'm like, nah, Simon Pegg's an actor. He should be able to do whatever he wants to do. He can't be riding that same shit he was before.
Wasn't he in a shitty movie last year? What was that thing? It was like a Jerry Bruckheimer movie or something.
He was in Mission Impossible 3.
Not even that one. It was something last year.
It's gonna be Scotty
he
in Star
played a
Trek.
techie.
That was Mission Impossible 3.
Was it?
Yeah.
He was the techie in Mission Impossible
Man,
3.
your mind is
Okay.
always like, what was that last week? That movie Gone with the Wind.
Oh, wait, it was 3 years ago.
All right. Well, then there you go. He's everything he's in is not going to be a jewel.
No, and I
that
agree
was
that.
Mission Impossible 3 was awesome. What the fuck are you talking about?
I did not go into this saying, all right, it's going to be another Shaun of the Dead. I mean, I already heard this is a really different type of movie. And to be honest, if there's anything I liked about it, at least Simon Pegg, he's clearly given it his all. And here, I mean, when you watch him, you're like, it's not like he's sleepwalking through it like a lot of actors would with this script. But there just wasn't much to work with from my point of view. You know, it's like, I got to be honest, I give this a rental only because of Simon Pegg trying so hard in it.
Damn. I don't know, dude. After sitting through movies like Fool's Gold and Semi-Pro, I really dug this movie a lot. I give it matinee.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you. I mean, personally, I enjoyed it. I felt it was pretty much a full price movie. But overall, I mean, it is a romantic comedy. It is predictable. Unless you're a romantic comedy person, this is pretty much just a matinee.
Yeah, oh, hold on. No, I didn't hate the movie, man. I actually enjoyed some parts of it. Some parts of it I felt were just a little bit too forced. I'm going to give this a high rental. But, you know, because I don't think you miss too much if you don't see it in the theater. I would have liked it perfectly had I caught this on TV. Would have had a good time.
You don't think it's a good date movie?
I think it's okay date movie.
You hate romantic comedies.
No,
you hate them. You hate them.
Unless, of course, you got a girl who can't take gross out jokes, because there's one with a foot blister that gets punctured that, you know,
I normally
no one
hate
would want
gross
to
out
see.
jokes, but that actually made me laugh.
See, I just was like, okay.
Now,
yeah.
this was one of the interesting things was this was written by Michael Ian Black. Now, this
Who the hell is that? You act like we're supposed to know what that is. Oh, I love this work.
Oh, yeah, you know who he is. He
He was on The State. He did Viva Variety. He's
one of those guys when you see him, you go, oh, yeah, that guy. He's been in like 10 billion different projects.
and he was one of the runners-up
Oh,
for the Late Late Show. He was Craig Ferguson
He was
and
in that
him
show,
were neck and
Stella.
Was he on? It's not sounding dumb here, but was he on Reno 911?
You know what? He plays a registered sex offender on Reno 911.
I think I might know you.
neck. He's hilarious. He's a really funny guy. He's a really great comedian. And this was his attempt to make a more mainstream comedy because everything else he does is so experimental.
No, look, I ain't got nothing against the movie if you see it. I mean, I'm not gonna tell people not to. Like I said, it was bland to me, but not enough to like say.
I
it
was just
offensive.
bringing that up because it's an interesting point. I mean, Michael Ian Black wrote a script, and this is what he made. It was
I guess the movie just kind of pissed me off because if you look like Simon Pegg, who looks like some kind of bush baby from Australia,
There ain't no way you're going to get Thandie Newton.
and if you gonna get Thandie Newton, when they say run, fat boy, run, you gonna be running towards her, not away from her.
I don't know. What does Philip Seymour Hoffman's wife look like?
I don't know,
A
but
fire plug.
Yeah, right. Just get the,
I mean, if you want to call this movie "Run, Dumbass Run" or "Run, Blind Man Run,"
Run, Corey, run.
you know, I can
completely
see that.
unrealistic. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you know, if this
Run,
been like,
Reverend, run.
yeah, but no, if you look like Simon Pegg, no offense, I'm sure the man got plenty of hoes since he got money now.
Oh,
but
yeah.
but look, put his face next to some kind of animal from Australia and tell me he don't look like that.
Kind of like an ocelot. Yeah, I see that.
Something like that, yeah. I kept thinking some kind of marmoset or something. And if you're gonna get Thandie Newton looking like that, you ain't gonna get rid of that.
Use the word marmoset.
Yeah,
And did you pronounce it marmoset?
Marmoset.
that's the new creature for what he looks like. He's beyond marmoset. He's a marmoset.
He's not a marmoset. He's wearing a mama suit.
They're training a marsupials to
Yeah,
clean
somewhere
chimneys
between a
in London.
marsupial and a marmoset.
Exactly. He's a new creature.
Chimney. Oh, sorry.
What, you busting the show tunes on?
No, it's
No, show tunes. That's Mary Poppins, asshole.
They're training marsupials to clean chimneys in London now. It's a marsupial. Or no, what did you call it? A marmoset.
Stop.
Yeah, you should have
We
stopped
have
that.
not gone there. Press stop. Press fucking stop.
my fault
I'm
he doesn't
serious.
know how to speak
I'm
English.
not kidding. Press fucking stop now, Corey. Turn it up.
I know I
It's
speak
over.
English. I'm creating new animals here.
Creating whole new languages.
For the love of all that's holy, press stop now.
Marmoset.